What's good, everyone? It's Fizzy here. We're back again with another video. So as you guys can see, this video is actually going to be a bit different. So if you can't tell by the background, I changed my room setup. So before, like in my house, I had like a separate room and I was doing like all my producing and all my YouTube videos in there. And then recently, I've had like the maddest of beat blocks. And I think it's because like that room, like there's no posters, there was no... And I don't even think there was there wasn't a window in there. Like there was nothing. And because of that, like I feel as if all my creativity, all my motivation to keep like making videos and everything was just, flying out of me. So I was like, man, like I want to change my room. So what I decided to do is that I moved my desk into my room. And yeah, as you guys can see, the background, everything, amazing. Like I have a few of my posters. If you guys don't know, I'm a massive anime head. And for me, the best anime in the world, One Piece. If you don't like One Piece, you don't like anime. Simple as. So I just said, look, let me change up my room and let me actually show you guys. I have like a vinyl poster up there. So like, well, not a vinyl poster, sorry. Like it's like a wall of vinyls. So like currently I have Burna Boy's album. I have Kanye's album, controversial, I know. Whitney Houston, the GOAT. Summer Walker, the GOAT, and SZA, Control. Then I still have like a bunch of other albums. Let me actually show you. So the first one is the Isley Brothers, or the Easy, I don't know how to pronounce it. I say Isley Brothers anyways. So it's this album here, and the song is Blast Off. I haven't listened to it yet, but I got that vinyl in like a thrift shop. So I was like, yo, that's cool. Then I got this Motown Charters, or whatever it's called. And this is like one of the first few vinyls I've ever gotten. So I love that one. And then the reason why I make like Afro swing type of beats sometimes is J Hut's Big Conspiracy. Best album in like... So the time when Big Conspiracy and Over It dropped in like England, I was living in England at the time. 10 out of 10. I had the time of my life. Then I got this one. I also haven't listened to this one yet, but like... I don't know. I'll listen to it eventually. It's called Dominoes, and it's Robbie Neville? I don't know. Bow Wow, Like You, featuring Sierra. And let me tell you something. 10 out of 10. I've obviously listened to the song before I got the vinyl, and I was like, yo, I need this vinyl. One of my favorite albums, believe it or not. So I got Cactus Jack, and yeah, 10 out of 10. One thing I will say though was that when I got the vinyl, like I really wanted it, but I was somewhat disappointed that it's black. I was like, ugh, I just want like a different colored vinyl. Do you know what I mean? I also had another Bow Wow one as well, and this one is like this was an LP, so it's like an EP type of thing. Next, we got Tina Turner, the GOAT, again. Amazing vocals. Well, not last year, I have a few more actually. I also got this NWA one as well, and I was like, yo, NWA. I think this is like one of the first vinyls I ever got as well. Next, I got Prince, and I don't know why, but I just got Prince because I've always heard of him, and I've never actually listened to his music, so I was like, yo, let me get a Prince vinyl. This one is a bit different. Again, I don't think you guys can see these things properly, but this one is called Watch the Sun Come Up, and it's a Joker and Jins remix. By example, I don't know. And lastly, one of my favorite albums of all time is A Love Letter to You 4. And the reason why I like this vinyl so much is because, let me show you guys. See this? See-through. Like 10 out of 10. And that was just like a little bit of the things, and being in the room probably just makes me a bit more creative, and I can probably make like more videos and whatnot. So it doesn't feel like a chore, to make videos or anything like that. But yeah, that being said, if you're probably thinking, how do I start my own in-house studio? There's a few things you're gonna need to buy. So first things first, you're gonna need a laptop. I'm currently running off a MacBook right now, and I love it. Like I love it. 10 out of 10. I'd also recommend having a monitor as well. So I have this cheap Acer one. I'm just like, yeah, I have this cheap Acer one, and like it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just a second screen, because for me personally, when I'm mixing, I like to have like a second screen, or if I'm getting sounds off of Splice, or I'm trying to find a sample, it's nice to have like a second screen there, so I don't have to close down my FL Studio then open that up. It just helps with creativity type of things. Next, I would recommend getting monitors. So when I mean monitors, I'm not talking about like, like a second screen. I'm talking about like actual studio monitors. So let me show you. So I currently have this Bear Ringer, and yeah, it's really, really good. I'm really a fan of it. I've had this for like 2 years now, 3 years, hasn't failed me once. And yeah, really, really good. So I would also recommend getting another monitor. That's just so you can hear your music outside of your headphones to get like, a different perception of your beat and everything. But yeah, would highly recommend. I would also recommend having an external hard drive. An external hard drive will save your life. For me personally, I use it to back up all my FL files. Then I also use it to put all my VSTs there as well. So I would highly recommend having, an external hard drive. Next, you definitely need a MIDI. So I'm currently running that MIDI, and I got that as a birthday gift like years ago, and it does the job well. Sometimes I just needed to, catch like a little melody or anything like that, but it does the job well. So I would highly recommend getting a MIDI. Again, it also helps with like learning music theory and everything, but 10 out of 10. Next, I would highly, and I mean highly, recommend getting an audio interface. If you're gonna be making music in your bedroom and everything, you need an audio interface. Why? So you can run a proper microphone through it. I currently have a Focusrite. I'm probably gonna upgrade it in like the near future, probably get a UA, but you definitely need an audio interface. Do your research. Yeah. And next, if you're gonna be making music as well in your bedroom, you're gonna need an isolation shield. This thing is important, okay? Yes, mixing is important, good beat, but if you have horrible vocals, your engineer is gonna hate you, okay? Your engineer is gonna hate you. So I would highly recommend getting an isolation shield. They don't even cost that much off of Amazon. You can just probably buy one like what, 50, 60 euro or something. Go buy an isolation shield now. Next, if you're gonna have an in-house studio, is you're gonna need headphones. Yeah, I would highly recommend having headphones. Like, you need to hear your music so you can mix it properly. And if your room isn't treated properly, your studio monitors probably won't work the best, or you won't get the full potential of it. If your room isn't treated like, soundproof or anything like that, your studio monitors, you're not going to be able to use them to their full potential. So I would highly recommend getting studio headphones. And then lastly, depending on the type of laptop that you have, you're going to need a hub. So as you guys can see, I have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 USB slots to go into. You might think to yourself, oh, I don't need that many USBs, but trust me, you're better off having it than not having it. There's been times when I've gone to the studio and I thought, okay, I can, use ports, whatever. Nope, I failed. Like, I've gone to studio sessions where I didn't have, enough ports. So it was just a struggle trying to do things. So I would highly recommend having more ports than you actually need. And then 2 things I would also say when it comes to having your own in-house studio: be in a comfortable space. I actually enjoy being in my rooms, hence why I brought my studio to my room. And yeah, the other place was nice and everything, but it just felt bland. Like, it didn't have any like poster. It didn't have anything that, would inspire me to be creative. So I would highly recommend doing it in a place where you're comfortable and where you can be creative. And yeah, that's all it takes when it comes to having like your own in-house studio. So a monitor, like a second screen, studio monitors, so like the speakers type of thing, a laptop, an audio interface, a MIDI, an isolation shield, and headphones. Oh, and a microphone as well. I'd also recommend getting a pop filter as well. So a pop filter is literally just like a filter. I'll just show you. So without a pop filter, this is what it sounds like. B. With a pop filter, this is what it sounds like. B. So you can see the difference there. So definitely get a pop filter. And yeah, that's everything I think when it comes to having your own in-house studio. And yeah, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more videos and probably different styles and everything. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below what you also think would also go into an in-house studio. And yeah, that's it from me, everyone. Peace.